Hi, my name is Alejandro. In this video, we'll be going over how to use the RFmx soft front panels in InstrumentStudio to bring up, interact, and take basic measurements of an RF power amplifier. So RF power amplifiers are pretty complex devices. Not only do you need to provide RF signal analysis to take measurements on your device under test, but oftentimes you need to provide duct power, digital duct control, and generate standard specific waveforms. So this is where all the tools in RFmx and InstrumentStudio combine really well for these purposes. So in our system here today, we have a PXI vector signal transceiver as the primary RF instrument that we're using. This combines both a vector signal generator and a vector signal analyzer that we'll be using to both send a signal into our DUT and then analyze the results. We also have a PXI SMU that we're using to provide DUT power, and then a digital pattern instrument that we're using to provide digital duct control to our device under test. So we can now move over to the InstrumentStudio soft front panels to take a look at what that looks like. So the first thing that we'll do is that we'll supply power to the DUT. So we'll navigate to our SMU front panel. We'll run the front panel, and then we will turn on the output. So we can see now here we are generating 5-volt output through the SMU. But still not sourcing any current. So for this, we can digitally enable the DUT. So we'll move over to this right-hand side, the digital duct control panel, and we'll run just a very basic script in which we will enable the PA line on our power amplifier. So once we've run that script, we now see that we are supplying power and the DUT is enabled. So at this point, we can now navigate over to our RF panels. Now, we'll start with the RF signal generation. In our RF signal generator panel, we'll confirm that our frequency is at 5.6 gigahertz. We have a -30 dBm reference level, and I've pre-saved a Wi-Fi specific waveform that we can use to generate through this device under test. So this is a Wi-Fi power amplifier, and we'll see the results of that in our panel as well once we go to the analysis side. So once we're ready with all our configuration settings in our signal generator, we'll go ahead and hit run, and then we'll run our signal analyzer as well. And so now we can see a spectrum view of this waveform. Now, while this is useful in many cases for a standard specific power amplifier such as this one, it's useful to take standard specific measurements. So in this case, we can navigate over to our RFmx WLAN personality and use this soft front panel to take some measurement results. As you can see here, we're looking at our EVM, our constellation diagram, as well as our spectral emissions. One more panel that I'll call your attention to is this RF power meter panel on the bottom right-hand corner. This is using actually a very useful feature in InstrumentStudio Pro that allows you to create custom measurement plugins and custom front panels for third-party instruments. So we actually also have a third-party power meter integrated into our system. If we hit run, we can see that this is displaying a power level of -30 dBm, which is the same as the level being generated by our RF signal generator. So using all these tools together and using the RFmx soft front panels in InstrumentStudio, we can combine all the different measurement requirements for this particular power amplifier in one place. Additionally, this can become the basis for developing more complex functionality and more complex test systems. Thanks for watching.